All right, hi everybody. It is time to do the Thanksgiving tag. We were tagged by FrekifitWolf. Robbie, hi Robbie.
Hi Robbie.
Go over and say hello to him. He's got a wonderful WW support channel and also a Facebook page. So check him out. We were very glad to be tagged and to be able to do this together. I thought I would ask hubby to help me because we have spent 33 years celebrating together. So,
and Thanksgiving is like one of our favorites.
Yeah, it is. So number one, without further ado, sit down or buffet.
A little both. Yeah,
it's a little bit of both because it is a special day. I like to put all the food out so people can help themselves, but hubby does the carving on the turkey and then he leaves it out, on the platter for people to serve themselves. But yeah, then I like to set a nice table too. And so I think I'll probably take a shot of that this year to show you. And then, we go and we sit down together and we have a nice time. So, and the kids usually sit with us, but I try to put them on the end if possible because they're still at that spilling stage, and then if that happens, I don't want the whole table to be ruined.
And it's easier to help them out when they're on the end.
Yeah, and then they can talk a little bit more and stuff like that, so they like to be kids. Number two, what do you eat on Thanksgiving? All the usual suspects.
Turkey.
Right? Turkey, ham. Number three, favorite side dish.
Favorite yams, sweet potatoes.
No. The stuffing for him, right? Okay, the stuffing very quickly. We've been married for 33 years. Every single year I've tried to I'm going to come up with a stuffing recipe that's going to be a tradition. Our grandchildren will eat this and hand it down and talk about this for centuries.
And you've made some really good stuffing.
And
I tried pork and grape, chestnut, red pepper and cornbread, you name it. I have tried. I've asked people for their recipes. Williams-Sonoma, Le Cordon Bleu. I've tried them all. And then what I do is I make them. He looks at them, he tastes them, very, very, very small taste.
And then goes, where's the stovetop?
Right? And I'm like,
I can't believe you're going here.
No more.
No more.
I'm not going to spend any money or time on these fancy putting on airs. And he goes, I just want the stovetop. So I'm like, okay, fine. This year, no more other dressings. We're just going to have stovetop. That's it. From now on, I'm throwing in the towel. And you know what? I kind of like stovetop too, secretly. It's pretty good. Anyway, there's a reason why they still sell that stuff. Anyway, so his would be stovetop, whether he admits it or not. Mine would be the yams. I hate to admit it
Love
because
me some yams.
Yeah, growing up, it's like my mom would allocate us to make certain things, and I became the yam girl. And to this day, I'm known in my family as the yam girl. What has become a tradition is I set them on fire every year, and I try not to, but I forget about them because the last thing you do is you put the marshmallows on top, stick it under the broiler, right, to toast them. There's so much going on that I get sidetracked, and then I don't remember until the smoke is coming out of the oven, and then I'm like running to the stove going, I forgot the yams. I bring them out, and I kid you not, they are on fire, and I have to blow them out and scrape off the tar from the top.
Not all of it.
And yeah, it's salvageable, and it actually has a good flavor.
Sure.
But I mean, it is embarrassing as all get out. But I promise you, I don't do it on purpose. But it has become a tradition for me to forget about them. And but it's still my favorite. Right. So the next one, favorite dessert.
Favorite dessert, pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie for sure. My favorite is probably the Watergate salad, which is like, it's like a marshmallow fluff thing, but you make it with pistachio pudding, and I use the sugar-free one so that my points are lower. Okay, the next one is, what does that say? Least favorite side dish.
Least favorite side dish, giblet gravy.
Yuck, that's just like, it sounds so gross to me. I don't like that, and I don't make it because of that, because it just looks so gross. But
okay, so yeah.
I would have to say the green bean casserole.
Oh, don't
right?
diss the green bean casserole.
I know it has to show up. It's like I never made it, and then one day I think how many years went by? Like 20 years of our marriage went by, and he's like, "Why don't you make the green bean casserole?" And I'm like,
The green bean casserole.
"Why should I make the green bean casserole?" And he's like, "Everybody makes the green bean casserole, right? And you have to." So I'm like, "Okay, so I'll try to make it one year." And I tried to make green beans fancy. I tried to add blue cheese and do all this stuff to it. I even tried with the Brussels sprouts. He hates Brussels sprouts. There's not a way I can make them that he will accept them. So that's out. The Brussels sprouts are out, even though I like them. I'm not going to do that to him on Thanksgiving. So now I just make the green bean casserole because it's expected. It gets its allocated corner in case people want it. It brings a little color into Thanksgiving.
The onion, the French onion.
Yeah, the French onion is probably the most popular part of that dish. And then it's like, yeah, I make it because it's expected, but it's kind of like the relative that has to come that I didn't invite, right? And so I accept that. So we have this thing between us, the green bean casserole and I. But anyway, all right, the next one is, do you dress up for Thanksgiving? Okay. People might be taking pictures, and you're going down in history however you look, right? So, no, I don't want to go in. I don't want to wear formal or anything like that. But I want to be comfortable enough to clean up afterward and to sit down and have coffee with the guests. But I do want to look somewhat nice. I mean, I want my hair to be done.
It's nice to mark the day with a little specialness. And,
put
and
a little
clean
color.
shirt helps.
Yeah, a nice shirt.
Not wearing
the
paint stained t-shirt.
Yeah, make sure that, whatever I'm wearing, maybe have something black on it. Make me look slimmer. I don't know. But just remember, you're going to be in pictures. That's like the top thing to remember. Okay, number 7 is any traditions. Burning the yams is a tradition.
There you go.
One thing that's become his tradition that if we're at home, that he takes the kid. I start cooking like 2 days ahead of time, right? In different cycles, and everything's on a schedule. So the day before is the big cleaning and cooking day. So that day he takes the kids to McDonald's and he keeps them out of mom's hair all day. So
this year we're taking breakfast to the skate park.
Yeah, well, I think it might rain.
Well,
so
we'll
have
find
to
something
redo
to do.
that.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so and my personal tradition during that time is that I watched this wonderful culinary masterpiece called Babette's Feast. I've done that for years. And it's a movie that I really relate to on that day. This woman is just cooking this wonderful feast for these people that she loves.
She's such a foodie.
I am a ridiculous foodie, and it is a foodie movie for sure. It's probably the top foodie movie if you are a foodie. Yeah, it's got Danish subtitles, so you have to, first few years I would have to, what does that say, And now I know it by heart, and so I don't have to watch it while I'm cooking, but, it is wonderful. But anyway, that's my personal tradition. I do that. I guess we used to play the parade on Thanksgiving Day, but now we just kind of like find it and turn it on, and after a while we turn it down because
it's just noisy.
It's become such a production. It's less parade and more like a commercial for upcoming, shows and Broadway hits and things like that. And it's like we want to see the horses, we want to see the marching bands, and all of that kind of stuff. And there just seems to be less and less of that. All right, so number 8, where do you celebrate?
At home.
If we can, we do it at home.
We decided that a couple years ago.
Yeah, we've been blessed to be invited to other people's homes who have opened their Thanksgiving to us in the past, and that's been great.
It's been a good time.
Yeah, it has. And we've had those years where we have made the trip to go spend with extended family and relatives, and there's a bit of stress that comes with that because both of our families have lived very near to each other, and having to split up the time, it is stressful at times, even though we do enjoy the time we're there. And we don't want then there's a little bit of the drama. The drama has crept in, and we just decided one year, we only have your children home for so many years before they move on out. And we wanted to invest in trying to create an atmosphere where they would want to come back to within our own home if they chose to come back, to know that there was warmth in our home and they would be invited no matter what. And so that's why we prefer to do it at home. But even when it was just us, and it was just like the two of us and nobody else, we still were creating the tradition of us, and we still, we found this picture this morning. I was going to share it with you guys. This is like one of our first, we were in a little tiny kitchen in Spain,
Tiny
that was
apartment.
like the second year we were married, I think. Yeah. And I'm opening up a can of pumpkin. Yeah. And it was just us, but we did the full cooking thing for us. We were so happy. And
Still are.
yeah, yeah, we were so happy back then, but we are still. And so it's, we're the nucleus of the traditions, and in us, this is where it all emulated from. We realized that. So we just really
Gotta cultivate it and make it good for
right,
others.
Right. Bloom where you're planted, right?
Right.
And I absolutely love the garden I'm planted in, so that's great. But anyway, what's the next one? What do you love most about Thanksgiving?
Wow, love most. I mean,
Goodness,
number
there's
one,
so much. What do you start with?
up at the top.
Yeah, it just, I guess maybe the warmth and the smells, the fact that it's the kickoff for the holiday season, really, which is like we get our Christmas tree. I like the family. I think that's cliche to answer with that. Oh, the family and friends,
Yeah,
and it's
right.
like, but it's true.
But it's
you know what I
true.
mean? Yeah, and whoever you're with, I think, and if you're not with someone, just to try to, I don't know. It's nice to, like when we were alone, we were okay, but there were points where we were stationed in different places when he was in the military, and we were invited by friends to spend it with them, and I was really grateful for that. When somebody invited us, it was really nice. But whether we took advantage of it or not, but it was nice to be thought of, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a warmth throughout the day, and the spirit of it is around the neighborhood, and even when you go shopping and stuff like that. We never do Black Friday, but it's still out there. You can feel, there's a different feel in the air. I don't know. Number 10, what are you most thankful for? Would have to start that off and say, just the fact that I'm thankful for, God, and for this, my relationship with my Savior, Christ, and the fact that I have religious freedom in this country to be able to enjoy that freedom means a lot. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people struggle in places where they don't have the freedoms that we have in this country, which
Really?
Another thing I'm grateful for, you know what I mean, is the freedoms
your
that we
mind.
have. Yeah, and that we have a day to recognize that in this country. That's really, really neat, Of course, my family, my husband, and my friend, 33 years, it feels like 2 days, it's just going by so fast. But our children, and the times that, we're getting older, and we just said goodbye to my eldest brother, who passed not long ago. And so it just kind of makes you feel very grateful for every day that you have. And so I am very grateful for the time that we have here. It's just awesome. I'm very grateful for this community. And I would have to say, the Weight Watchers community has been exceedingly kind and supportive, not just of our nutritional journey, but just as people, very supportive environment. And I also want to recognize that we have a lot of friends out there who are not on a Weight Watchers journey, who watch us and who have been with us for a long time and seen our struggles and our health journey and everything. And I'm so grateful for them too, because they're still here, and you guys are just so equally supportive. So you mean a lot to us. I don't even become a big part of our life, So I don't know. There's so much to be grateful for. Our health at this point, which as we get older, it changes. You know what I mean?
But the question was most.
But most
Thankful for.
It's hard to choose what most is, But at the same time, it's like there's a lot to be grateful for. For the fact that we, have our own business, and that we're, in a country where we can do what we do.
Do what we do.
Yeah, and prosper like we have. It's a big blessing. So much. But anyway, and I'm grateful for being tagged by FrekifitWolf. Go check him out. He's amazing. All right, and I'm going to let you go. Love you guys. There goes the bell.
There goes the bell.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.